Hello everybody, it's that college football guy here with another video. Well, a little bit later than I normally would like to do it, but I'm home and get a video in and time for scheduled previews as always. And we're doing the Pac-12. No, we're not doing any Pac-12 news and everybody else talking about the Pac-12. Every AD talking about everything. And does George Kliavkoff have any power at all at this point? But anyway, neither here nor there. But we're talking about Arizona State, the Sun Devils. They didn't exactly have things going according to plan last year. They went 3-9. Not exactly a great year, would it be? So what we're gonna do is we do with all these scheduled preview videos here. We're gonna do little comparisons between last season and this season. See which one we think is better. But first and foremost, we got to get this housekeeping out the way, don't we? So everyone, please smash the like button, hit the thumbs up. It helps with the algorithm, helps the video be seen by more people. Comment on the video. Let me know what you think. We'll get into that, though, at the end of the video. And subscribe to the channel. Almost at 400 subscribers. Slowly starting that crawl up to get to 1,000. We really can start turning some things around. Get a little more noticed. All right. First and foremost, now that we got that out the way. Oh, and by the way, if you're subscribed to the channel, if you have done it and you're about to do it, thank you for doing so. Make sure you hit the notifications bell. It lets you know when I put up a video. I try to post one every single day. Occasionally do more than one, depending upon how it goes. But right now, Arizona State, let's look at the non-conference schedule from last season and this season. We're going to compare the two, decide which one's tougher. Then I'm going to go through last season's schedule in its entirety and this season's schedule, and we'll decide which one's tougher. Remember, this is a scheduled preview. This isn't predictions. This is a scheduled preview. Do predictions later on. All right. First off, the non-con games. 3 games for the Pac-12. Their non-cons last season were home against Northern Arizona, at Oklahoma State, and home against Eastern Michigan. So 1 Power 5, 1 Group of 5, 1 FCS, but the Power 5 was on the road. This season, all 3 at home. Home against Southern Utah, home against Oklahoma State, so this means it was a home and home against Fresno State. 1 Power 5, 1 Group of 5, 1 FCS. Because Oklahoma State was on the road, I got to say the non-conferences from last season were tougher because of the fact that it was on the road. All right, so let's look at last season's schedule in its entirety, and we'll see what right up. So start off the season with Northern Arizona. Blew them out for home 40-3. They were at Oklahoma State. What a surprise. They lost 34-17. Home against Eastern Michigan. Team that has trouble treading water in the MAC. Eastern Michigan won. Beat Arizona State 30-21. Then they were home against Utah. Yikes, to start conference play. Lost 34-13. And then go after facing Utah at home, go at USC. Yikes. Lost 42-25. Then they were home against Washington and pulled out the rabbit. They won 45-38. I still don't know how they pulled it off, but they did. Then we get the bye week, so they had 6 before the bye and 6 after. They're at Stanford, where they lost 15-14. Close game, but couldn't get it done. At Colorado, got another win, won 42-34. In case you've added up, folks, that's their 3 wins for the season. So they lost their last 4. Home against UCLA, lost 50-34. Not a surprise. At Washington State, lost 28-18. Home against Oregon State, lost 31-7. And then at Arizona in the in-state rivalry game to finish the season, lost 38-35. This season's non-conference. This is non-conference. Yikes. This season's schedule: home against Southern Utah, home against Oklahoma State, home against Fresno State, and they start off conference play, home against USC. Then they're at Cal, home against Colorado. Then they get the bye. After the bye, this is insane. Remember, this is Arizona State with a new head coach. So you look at the first 6, Southern Utah, Oklahoma State, Fresno State, USC, California, Colorado. I'm not doing a scheduled prediction here, but SC and Oklahoma State, you got to figure out the L's to get at the minimum. Okay, understand that? We're okay there? Here's the 6 after the bye. At Washington, home against Washington State, at Utah, at UCLA, home against Oregon, and then you got Arizona at home to finish the year. Wee. That is a tough schedule. So let's look at which one we think is tougher here. Well, the 5 core opponents that they played both seasons here, we got to look at this. They play USC, they play UCLA, they play Washington and Washington State. Both of them both teams, and they play Utah. Because they swapped out Oregon for Oregon State, and they swapped out Stanford for Cal. So it's going to be Washington, Washington State, USC, UCLA, and Utah. Talk about a tough 5. And of those opponents that they played last season, 3 of the 5 were at home. Now they got them on the road. So let's take a look here and see which one we really think is tougher here. So let's look at the road games here. Last season's road games was at Oklahoma State. We're going to do the entire schedule of road games, not just conference. At Oklahoma State, at USC, at Stanford, at Colorado, at Washington State, at Arizona. So 3 and 3. 3 tough games, 3 easy games. This season, at Cal, at Washington, at Utah, at UCLA. I look at that, and road-wise it's there, but the fact is that you swapped out Oregon State for Oregon. Stanford for Cal, even though USC is at home. I mean, SC, they're not going to have a shot at beating Oregon. They had a shot at beating Oregon State. They're going to have no shot at beating Oregon. Utah, mollywopped them. They got to play them again. This time it's on the road. I mean, at Washington. Here's what this is what I think, okay? I'm looking at this. I'm trying to think, how would this be tougher? You look at the schedule here. I'm looking at last season, you had the Oklahoma State game. But I got to say, I think this season's schedule is tougher. I think because when you look at the schedule this coming season, everybody said, oh, they got a shot to win 4 games. Where? Southern Utah, okay. Fresno State, you lost to Eastern Michigan last year. Now you're facing the defending Mountain West Conference champs. Not so sure about that one. Oklahoma State, probably an L. Remember, this is not a prediction video, okay? We're just going through this. Home against SC, probably an L. At Cal, maybe a win. Home against Colorado, maybe a win. At Washington, that's an L. Home against Washington State. I say at Washington's an L because you had them at home and you won. You don't think they've got that game circled that they want revenge over that embarrassment? Well, they want that one back. Home against Washington State, most likely an L. At Utah, that is an L. At UCLA, that's an L. Home against Oregon, that's an L. Home against Arizona, this is going to be a tough schedule for them. So I'm saying for this, let me know what you think down in the comments about this. What I'm going to say in the comments about this is simply this. Let me know what you think is tougher. So first off, thanks everybody for watching this video. Put down in the comments, let me know. Which do you think was tougher, last season's non-conference schedule or this season's non-conference? I'm saying it's last season's because the Oklahoma State game was on the road last year versus being at home this year. And tell me down in the comments which you think is tougher. Really? My son bouncing around in the damn office chair. He's got a fidget because he's got his headphones on and he can't hear anything. But last year's schedule and this year's schedule in their entirety, let me know what you think is tougher. I think this year's schedule is tougher, mainly because the Oregon game got swapped in. But you let me know down in the comments what you think about this. So thanks everybody for watching the video. Hope everybody's having a great Friday. Try to be... He just beats up the keyboard. Jeez. You hear that tapping? The pen's not moving, see? Tapping's not me. It's my son with the keyboard across the room. That's how hard he's hitting the keys. And I went to my wife, I have to ask her, can I have a new keyboard for my computer? Because this is nuts. Anyway, thanks everybody for watching the video. Have a great Friday. Hope everybody is. Be safe out there, and please, be good to each other.